Peace and blessings, everyone. I was thinking, and this occurred after my recent session with my my counseling session, therapist session, whatever it's called. Christians, and more so, this is focused to Christians than any other religious group. Why it always seem now picking on Christians, I don't know. It just, that's where it's like I'm here to speak to Christians. I got a question for you. If you were a Christian, I mean a deep, true Christian, before you had children, why did you have children? The reason for asking that, you know, by way of your belief, that it's basically a 50-50 chance that your child is going to go to heaven or a child is going to go to hell. So I'm wondering, why would you bring your child in here to play with those odds? Because that's what it comes down to. They're going to go to heaven for eternal bliss and life, or they're going to go to hell for eternal damnation, pain, and suffering. Because if I was that devout Christian, then I don't believe I would bring a child into this world, knowing that they have those odds, right? And this is, I guess, basically loving my child even before having a child, wanting to protect them and look out for them before I even had one. I won't want to bring them in there if there's a chance they can go to hell for eternity, an eternity of pain and suffering. I mean, even now, I have 5 kids and I would like more, but I ask myself, why would I do that? Why would I bring another child into this world, knowing, once again, the chances of them experiencing pain and suffering, and most likely in some form of fashion, they are going to experience pain, suffering, sorrow, and all that. So I question, why would I do that? So that's a question for you. You know, I was thinking about, I was wondering, some might say, of course, I'm not trying to speak for you, but I'm sure some might say, because someone has told me this before, that God commanded that we go forth, be fruitful and multiply. Okay, but you're still bringing a child in here, knowing that, for one, they are already in sin. They're born in sin. We're born in sin. Going off the Christian belief. Knowing, like I said, from get-go, they're born in sin. That basically they are under that curse, the curse of sin. A male has to toil the earth. A woman has to go through the pain of childbirth and all that. I mean, knowing this beforehand. And for me, this is sort of a flaw of the Bible, because once you get past Adam and Eve, and once Adam and Eve transgressed, once they did that which they weren't supposed to do, once they committed that sin, instead of God saying, well, for all the kids you have after this, for as long as you're there, they're all going to be cursed. Why not just end it right there? Why not just snuff them out right there? End it with them two. Either you can have just them 2 souls in hell forever, or he could have just sent salvation right there for them 2 souls, just for them right there, and it wouldn't be nothing. Of course you're gonna say, well, how can I question the wisdom of God? I'm not questioning the wisdom of God. I'm questioning the wisdom of the Bible, read straight out, straight through, without any interpretation. All right. For one, and this is something I asked someone who I've been going back and forth with, having a discussion recently, why do we assume that the Bible is supposed to be interpreted anyway? And the reason why, I believe the truth is because if you read the Bible straight through, front to back, it's full of flaws and contradictions. Thus, we say, well, it must need to be interpreted because it's not making sense. So we're missing something. So we have to interpret it. That's why it's proven, it's self-proven that the Bible is flawed. Like I said, we find a way to interpret it to say, well, it's not flawed. You're reading it the wrong way. You're interpreting it the wrong way, and this is the way you're supposed to read it. Right? So, like I said, God showed His end of Adam and Eve, or you can go to Noah. He killed everybody else in the world, saved Noah and his family. But once again, God would have known beforehand that man is flawed, because the curse started with Adam and Eve, born in sin. So even Noah and his family were still under that same curse. Now supposedly they were saved from the flood because they were a righteous family, but obviously they're going to have kids. They're going to have kids, and eventually we'll be back to having kids who are going to go to hell. So eventually you're going to have, once again, you're going to end up with people who's going to be sent to hell for eternal damnation. Why would they do that? Why would that make sense? That's the question. Why would you bring a child into this world? God bless. Peace and love.